Tonight, Annabel will worry something. Brick Yardley, he's an emerald green P2. And Victorion was a different color P2. One day at Kanpford Harbour, Brick Yardley soon arrived at the siding. He was pulling off the long heavy goods train. He begged for his emerald green paint. Seems the red paint of the cab was a little bit damaged, so the Fat Control need him to go to the works to repaint the original emerald green paint, just like Princess Wales. And he was joined the nice resting in the siding. Just then, Annabel steamed next to him, but she doesn't look very happy then. Brick know of Annabel's face a little bit upset. Are you okay, Annabel? He said. You look so very upset.
Well,
Said Annabel.
I pulled in Gucci and caused an accident.
She said. What sort of accident? Said Brick.
Well, the trucks and trucks pushed me down the hill and I came out the way when James had crashed in the situation of there.
Oh, said Brick. I'm sorry to hear that. That way accident seemed of Rebecca and Georgie's also had this serious accident of hers as well. That's also is by trucks they pulled down the hill from Gordon's Hill. Even Brett as well.
Yeah,
Said Annabel. She sighed. Then Annabel knew about something was through her funnel.
Blake?
She said.
Are you remember for Victoria when she was BNIF? And she doesn't abide for the P2?
She said. Said Blake. I doesn't know how to say, Annabel, but because I never know Victorion for 2019, I actually know on 2020 of the December the last year, because it's Rosie told me about the situation. What do you ask that? He said.
Well, she told me about she's accident with the fuel tankers many years ago.
Said Annabel. Seems like the fuel tankers are approaching back with Donald Douglas' heavy goods train, said Brick. Annabel only agreed. Before Brick would reply, where is his girlfriend P2, Victorion, seen with another goods train in the distance?
Hey guys,
Said Victorion.
what are you talking about?
Oh, hello, Georgies, said Brick. I'm telling Annabel about your situation about the accident with the fuel tankers of many years ago,
Oh,
said Victorion.
do you tell me about what happened to me next?
Said Victorion. Well, she told me about what if you're on the BNIF and what happened to a P2. She asked that, said Brick.
Okay,
Said Victorion. She a little bit confused,
George Bears?
said Annabel.
Do you remember of Yardley's accident?
She said. Victorion a little bit shocked.
No. Ricky doesn't tell me he had an accident.
She said. Seriously, yes, Georgies, said Brick. I have 2 accidents on back for Hong Kong City. One, you remember that time when 2020, I know you that time, the last year, you remember Diesel 10 chasing me after Smelter's yard and crashed, the huge crash, and that same accident place of Eric's had came up the road the same place of 3 years ago. And it doesn't have the part for my facing move. I need to build for the P2 move, you remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Said Victorion.
I want to tell about your old time when you had an accident, Rick. Can you tell me, please?
Said Annabel. Victorion also wanted to hear about the story about his story,
I also want to know about when you had that accident, Ricky.
said Victorion. Rick sighed. Okay then, I told about my accident of my story. So this is a very long time ago, back from 2007 to 2018, that time when I'm still working on the Hong Kong survey. I'm already right for solo over a few weeks ago. I should say it's a few years ago, I should say. That's true, said Blake. So this is a story of tell about Brick Yardley's old time of the accident. When I first came to the LWB, said Blake, he started for a story, I actually would stay on the Shao 1 depot on Lantau Island, along with me, Bobby Swift, Bobby Tesla, my brother, Buck, Richmison, Karen Spinner, Parker Brixton, Team Trillers only. And because Rosie Yardley, he's still on the color motorbus company, he actually is a full white BMO bus survey.
And what happened?
said Victorion. Well, said Blake. He didn't answer. When I actually was working for the LWB almost on nearby for 2019, after I had got the terrible accident.
What sort of terrible accident?
Said Annabel.
Yes,
Said Victorion.
what's happening?
Well, that time when I need to go back for the KMB to work with some of the routes of 3 weeks, said Blake. When I was running number 6 from Team Chartreux to Lake Chicot, when I go to nearby for some Pole when the traffic was so busy, and suddenly I felt something will hit on my right side of the, and I see that there's a Volvo washing machine truck was crashed into me, and soon there have 17 passengers injured. Some was of the children and some of the old people as well. And that time, I very furious what's going on at that time. And that time, it was the washing machine truck driver was actually for the gas was the brake, and he suddenly speed up and actually is seriously crashed into me, and he's under arrest. Victorion and Annabel were first surprised. Yeah, said Blake. I'm not even kidding. That's true. I actually have hurt me for that truck and got 70 passengers was injured. Even the driver a little bit injured as well. I mean, have 18.
Oh my god,
said Victorion.
that is terrifying,
said Annabel. They still feel shocked. And do you want to hear about when my old friends have betrayed me and they also had a terrible accident? Do you want to hear it? Said Blake.
Who's your old friends?
Said Victorion. She looked confused. Well, said Blake, they were from KMB bus company. That time when I first came of 2007, they were very rude to us and punished for the other KMB bus as well. They call Thomas Lau for the Volvo Super Olympian, and the one that's the official name. He's a new pan air conditioner. His number is LX 4617.
What happened to they too?
Said Annabel. Well, they too had one got killed and one to be sent away, said Blake.
Who's sent away? Who's killed?
Said Victorion. Well, it was LA 4617 got killed, and Thomas Lau had got sent away, said Blake.
Can you tell me about what those two were doing for many years ago?
Said Annabel. Of course I can do, said Blake. But please, don't tell anyone, said Blake.
Don't worry, Ricky,
said Victorion.
We can keep this secret up. Speak aloud,
said Annabel. Okay then, said Blake. Well, actually, Area 4617 it was dead on 2003 when I actually is learning how to drive the KMB. And Thomas Lau was sent away on 2018, said Blake. And this is the story about of Blake Yardley is those two punishment friends. Well, that time, LX 4617, he's a new pen KMB motor bus company, said Blake started. This new pen actually have newer first bus also on the many years ago, but they now already scrapped of 2020 or 2019 already as well. Though a lot of new pen was very friendly for the not other new and old buses on Hong Kong, but except for LX 4617, he said.
And what happened to him?
Said Victorion. Well, said Blake, this is a little bit very long time ago when I first came to KMB, said Blake. Well, in 2003 of 10th of July, he needed to take a passenger survey from number 265M from Lei Yuchun Estate to back to Tin Shui Tin Hang Estate. When he arrived for nearby for Tinko Bridge of Tumor Highway, and soon he felt something was bumping him. He bumped by a trailer and causing him lost control and fell down of Tinko Bridge down of the highway and down of the large hill on Tinko Chun, and have killed 21 passengers on board, and the driver also killed as well. Had 30 passengers was injured. Victorion and Annabel also very shocked as well.
What? Oh, that's gonna very terrifying.
Said Victorian. She looked shaking.
And what's happened to Music Thomas, right?
Said Annabelle.
What's happened to him?
Well, I can tell you about the story, said Brick. Well, Thomas Lau, he's a white 4-4 Olympian. He's the oldest bus in Hong Kong. He had painted white paint with red stripe. He actually used the cardboard routes and number to run of the routes. His number was HH9138. He's nearby for 11.3 or 11 meter, I think, because I had never seen for 4-4 of ages now, said Blake.
And what happened to him?
Said Victoria. Well, said Blake, Tom's now need to run number for 961 to Wan Chai from Two Moon, and he went nearby for Western Crossing Harbour Tunnel, and he suddenly lost control, and he smashed and came off the road and spanned on the road or nearby the front of the barrier, and stuck on the front and had causing her on the two highways. The fastest line and the middle line need to close and need to use the little line. Each one was badly damaged, and this had caused many passengers injured. No passenger was killed, and now he had been sent away from 2013.
Oh my gosh!
Said Victoria.
That's more terrifying than another one,
Said Annabelle. Yeah, said Blake. Indeed. But anyway, let's not get bogged down with who was being very upset, said Blake. The three LNER Pacific and BL Merchant Pacific, they loved and laughed together and forever and stay together.